I'm with Drew Hackney, sophomore on the Mona Shores varsity tennis team. Drew was all-state last year, made it to the quarterfinals, I believe. You had an extremely successful freshman season, Drew, but there's always room for improvement. So individually, what areas did you work on in the off-season to improve your game?
Well, in the off-season, I was really working on trying to be more aggressive and dictate the points. I thought I did a pretty good job of that last year, but I think that that's crucial against harder opponents to be aggressive and in control of the point. And I think I've also worked a lot on my conditioning and being able to, when it's really hot or long matches, to be able to stay in at every point, mentally and physically.
And it's been pretty hot out so far this year, so those are types of things that are helping in the long run. I have a fill-in-the-blank question for you. Mona Shores wins the conference championship this year if?
Well, I think if we keep working hard, showing up every day to practice with a goal to just improve and not worrying about the results, like necessarily seeing them the first day, but just like overall growth throughout the season, I think that will give us our best chance.
Good. You're not the only one. There seems to be a lot of players on different sports team. The Koziaks have a father and son combination. Currently, your mom is the head coach. Your dad is the assistant coach. So you're with them every day. I know you play in a lot of tournaments and they travel with you a lot. But, explain what it's like, not just to play for one parent, but to actually play for both.
Well, there are definitely some pros and cons, but I think that it's good, for the team. They know a lot about tennis and can help the team. And I think, they've seen me progress in my tennis career as I've gotten older, and I think that they know how to help me too, when I'm down in a match, or just help me progress with my game. It definitely can get frustrating at sometimes, but overall I think it's very, very helpful for my progression and the team's progression to have them as coaches.
Thanks, Drew. Good luck this year. I'm here with Kaden Hellman, the number 2 singles player on the Mona Shores varsity tennis team. Kaden, last year you played number 2 singles and you were all conference, had a very successful season. You're going to play number 2 singles again this year. So after having played it last year, kind of what do you anticipate this year? Hopefully you have as successful of a season, but kind of, what do you expect from the number 2 singles position this year?
I'm expecting pretty good competition again. It was good competition last year. I did pretty well, so I'm expecting another good season, hopefully, and I hope I can get the team some points.
As a senior, you have to be relied on kind of as a leader of the team. Most seniors are, no matter what sports team it might be. What does a leadership role look like to you?
Well, usually I try to keep the team pretty positive, try to uplift them if they're doing bad. I try to have some fun so I can let other people have some fun and not make it so serious all the time.
Fill in the blank question. Mona Shores wins the conference championship this year if?
I think if we just put the hard work in during the whole season, and once we get there, I think if everyone goes to compete, we should do it.
Awesome. Thanks, Kaden. I'm here with Tracy Hackney, Mona Shores boys varsity tennis coach. Thanks for joining us today. So just kind of getting into the season, you're about a week and a half into practice. What do you kind of see as the strengths to your team?
So even though we have a relatively young team, we are coming into this season with experience. So our 2 or 3 newest kids had a full JV season last year, and so I really feel like we're bringing a wealth of experience into a season, with the majority of our team being 10th graders, but them all having a varsity season underneath them last year. I really feel like that's going to help us, especially the first few matches, as we get our feet under us and get rolling.
Awesome. So maybe it'll be the same kind of answer, but having a week and a half of practice, what do you still see as needing improvement, or what might be those bumps in the road? You might have just mentioned those the first couple matches just because you are younger, but what do you think still needs a little bit of work here?
For sure. So we need to work on team chemistry. So we've established our varsity lineup, and so now we're working on doubles partners. And although we have a lot of returners, we have people playing in different positions with different partners. So getting used to each other, communicating, working as a team, and then just getting some match experience as new partnerships.
So tennis is one of those unique sports, a little bit like golf. I mean, there is a team aspect to it, but there's a lot of individual, although there's doubles and singles. But, what are the team goals for this year for the tennis team?
Well, for sure, our team goal would be to win a city championship again. Last year was kind of an abbreviated tournament, and so we're looking forward to it being the full citywide tournament. So obviously the goal is to win that, as well as to, last year I think we were tied for second in the conference, so we want to go ahead and take that as well.
Yeah.
And then hoping that the format for regionals goes back to pre-COVID time. We want to get first or second, or score enough points to get to that state tournament.
So I asked Drew this question, and it seems like at Mona Shores there's been a lot of combinations throughout the year. The Koziaks have it now with Matt and Steven, parent coaching their child. So, and I asked Drew, I said, well, you have 2 parents because Charlie obviously is the assistant. So what is it, from your end, what's it like to coach Drew in tennis? And you have Reed coming up soon too, so.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Drew has a lot of USTA experience, and when you play USTA, as a parent, you cannot talk to your child, and you can really barely cheer for them. So last year was a big adjustment for Drew, I think, for sure, and well as my husband and I, that we can talk to him during matches. And so just finding that dynamic of he knows what to do, he needs to trust himself. But also we can help him verbally process and give him some tips like that. So finding that balance of, letting him find his way, but also guiding him too. But I think it's so fun to see him out here doing something that he absolutely loves with his friends, and just seeing that team camaraderie, because tennis can be a lonely sport sometimes. And so high school tennis really is a super great experience for him and for us.
Awesome. Thanks. Good luck this year, and we'll be following you.
Awesome. Thank you.